Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're all having a lovely day or week. I am going to be doing a full body workout with you right now using just your little ball. So we won't need it to start with. You can pop it down by your side and you're just going to get centered onto your mat. You can face either way for this. We're just going to start with a little reach up as you breathe in. And as we breathe out, tucking your chin, we'll roll bone by bone, keeping your knees soft all the way down to the floor. And I really want you to think about lengthening the back of your thighs here. So letting this bend come right from at your hips. Your chest is heavy, your head is heavy, and your arms are heavy here. And we can hook your fingers underneath your toes if you can reach. If you can't reach with long legs, you can add a little bit of a bend through the knees to achieve that. But just hooking fingers, hips underneath those toes, and then start to have a little bit of a rock from side to side. Good, and I really want you to think of this area just on the top of your bottom, almost like it's reaching out behind you to lengthen a little bit further into the hamstrings. We'll keep our breathing deep here, so in through the nose, and out through the mouth, in and out. Beautiful. And then we're going to press your heels into the floor and nice and slowly roll all the way up again into standing, taking hands back up overhead. Big inhale, breath. We're going to go down once more. Really reach your belly in while we're here. Again, your knees are staying nice and soft, so they don't have to be bent, but they're just not locked out there. And this time, when you reach the base, I just want you to have a gentle pedal through those knees. So it doesn't have to be too deep here, but do feel like with your lengthened leg, almost like you're pressing your hip back on that side. So we press the hip back to get that little bit of length. You can add a little bit of shoulder rotation here as well if you want. So kind of turning your chest towards that lengthened leg. For 4. Pull the tummy in. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into center again. We will slowly roll ourselves up into your standing. Now we're going to stand with your feet at hip distance apart. You can take your hands onto your hips or just down by your sides even if you'd like. And we're going to come into some calf raises here, so heel lifts. We spread the toes nice and wide. Keep that softness through your knees. Belly is in. Exhale to lift both heels. We inhale as we lower. So it's an exhale, heels come up. Inhale, down. Just keeping core engaged while we're here. We're going to go for another 10. And I want you to just find a rhythm here, so you can use control all the way up and control all the way back down again. So it shouldn't feel like you're just dropping back down to the floor or losing your balance. We want to press each of your toes into the floor here. Standing up nice and tall as we go. Good, and I really want you to focus on squeezing your calves and try to lift yourself straight up, not up and forward. Ooh, lost my balance on that one. So just up. For another 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to press your heels into the floor. We inhale to sit the bottom back. Heels are heavy. Exhale, coming up. Keeping your knees just in line with your toes here. So these squats are relatively narrow as we've got the heels underneath your hips. We inhale down, we exhale up. You'll notice as I'm leaning down, my chest is coming forward, but it's not all the chest coming forward. So you're not just leaning your chest forward and sticking your bum out. We do want to be sitting your bum down as you go. Each time you exhale here, hands come back, and I want you to almost press your pinky fingers back behind you. So we get a little squeeze of the shoulders, and we're really pulling the tummy in. Inhale down, exhale back. Let's go for another 10. 9, 8, 7, you can have a gentle squeeze of the bum when you come up here, nothing too crazy. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stand up and we'll come straight back to those heel lifts. Nice and controlled. So we exhale up, we inhale down. Good. Now we pay a lot of attention to our breath with our movement, which is really to keep it nice and slow. So I do want you to use that exhale up, inhale down. For 10, squeeze the calves. You can even start to squeeze up into your bottom here. So we're taking that work all the way up the posterior chain. Just soften your shoulders. Keep the chin lifted here, so don't look down at your toes, look out ahead. For 4, good. 3, 2, 1, we're going to rest down. We'll have a little challenge of our balance here. So we're going to pick up the left foot and come into single leg heel lifts. Let's see if I can do this. Let's go exhale up, inhale down. So find a spot on the floor. Keep your knee soft here. Press your toes into the floor. Let's go for another 10, just like this. 9, 8, 7, try to keep that control. 6, 5, 4, last 3. If you're like me and you lose your balance, just tap down and come back up. 1, we're going to swap straight over onto the other side. So like I said, if you need to, you can tap down between each one, or when you feel like you're going to lose your balance. But we'll try to maintain that balance, keeping your hips at an even height here. Let's go for 10, 9, squeeze the calf, 8, 7, 6, draw the tummy in, 5, 4, last 3, 2, whoa, last one. Beautiful. I really lost it on that last one. Hopefully you could do that a little bit better than I can. I'm going to grab your blue ball, and pop it in between your thighs. So you want it to be between the inner thighs, not between your knees. So just bring it up so that it is between those thighs. We have our feet at hip distance apart, so you should be already getting a little bit of a squeeze on that ball. We're going to come back to those squats. So we inhale down, send your bottom back, weight heavy through the heels. We exhale, standing up, squeeze those pinky fingers back. So I want your whole body to be working here, arms included. We squeeze back, we inhale down. Good. Remember, it's that draw in of the belly as we come up, combined with that gentle squeeze of your bottom. Let's go for 10. Thinking of the back of our neck staying long. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold down on this last one. So we're nice and low here. Your weight is through your heels. Take your hands onto hips. I want you to squeeze in on that ball. So little squeezes here. Make sure our bum is working. So it's like you're keeping your bum almost pressed out here to keep your spine long. Let's squeeze for another 10, 9, little squeezes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come up. I'm just going to angle myself slightly more to the front so you can see. We have an inhale breath. Let's exhale, go back down again for another round. So my pulses are just going in in, in, in. Keep your belly wrapped in. Keep your shoulders soft and your face relaxed. Make sure you're squeezing through the bottom. Let's go here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come up, big inhale, breath. Bring your heels a tiny bit closer together, and we go back down again. We're going to squeeze in here. Using your inner thighs, we're getting that whole leg working. Chest is forward, bum is back. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come up. Keep squeezing that ball. We're coming down for one more. Last one here. Make those squeezes really nice and tight. Press the heels. Stay low. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it in on one and just hold nice and low. Squeeze that ball. Whew. For 5, a little bit harder. 4, keep squeezing. 3, 2, and 1. We come up to stand. Beautiful. Ball comes out. Lovely. Feet are at hip distance apart. You're standing at the end of your mat, so you've got everything stretched out in front of you. We're going to reach both hands up. Big inhale. Exhale. Tuck your chin. Hands reaching down towards the floor. Legs are long. Come back to that pedal through the knees that we established before we started moving those legs. Good. And we're going to walk your hands away from your feet here, coming into your downward facing dog. So in our down dog, we think about your lower back being nice and long. So we're not rounding through your bum. We want to almost think like you're pressing your bum back. Ears are between your arms, belly button is lifted, and you can keep those knees slightly bent if you need to help achieve that long lower back. We're going to have an inhale breath here, and as we exhale, we'll come forward into your plank. We inhale in your plank, and we exhale to come back up into the down dog. Inhale, exhale to move. Shoulders away from your ears, belly is lifted. On your next exhale breath, press back up into down dog. Let's go for another 4 like that. And I do want you to take it at your own speed so that you're just moving on that exhale breath. When you come into your plank, press the floor away from you. Fingertips are coming down into the floor. We keep our heels reaching behind us. So keeping your heels drawn back is going to engage down the back of your legs. Next time you come into your plank, we're going to hold that plank. We're drawing right knee underneath us to left elbow, stepping back. Left knee to right elbow, stepping back. Right and back, left and back. Let's go for 4 more. Keep your abs engaged. 3, press the fingertips. 2, and 1. We're going to come back into your down dog. Hold your down dog for a little bit longer this time, pedaling through those knees. Beautiful. Gently rest your knees down onto the floor. So we'll take our hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Roll the shoulders back away from your ears. We're going to work our triceps, so I want you to think of your elbows being nice and narrow, like they're reaching for your thighs as we bend them. We're going to keep your chest pitching forward here. So as you inhale, my chest leans forward as I bend those elbows. We're going to press your fingertips. Exhale to come back up to long arms. So it's an inhale as we come forward and down, and an exhale as we press back up. Now your abs keep reaching in while you're here. We're going to get that passive work through the core. Inhale down, exhale up. Now what we don't want to see is our bum going back, therefore our weight being through the legs. You want to keep your weight forward, so we keep our chest forward as we go, and that's going to work this into your arms a little bit more. So sometimes it can be helpful to think of your shoulders being stacked above your hands, and as you lean down, your shoulders stay above those hands. Let's go for another 6. Exhale up, keep those elbows narrow. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Beautiful. And just making sure your knees are directly underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. And in fact, we'll move our knees back just slightly to give us a little bit more space here. We're going to inhale. This time we're drawing down with the elbows. So your elbows are going to touch the floor. We exhale to press up into long arms, tucking your toes. We're inhaling back into your down dog from here. So even if that means your knees are bent like this, we want to keep our feet stacked where they were. Find that down dog. We use our core. Exhale, support your knees gently back onto the mat. So it's a 4-part movement here. We inhale, elbows touch. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, core controls as we lower back down. Let's go for 6 more like that. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. So we just use our breath as our guide here. In, out. In, and out. So we're really getting that lengthening and strengthening all at once in this one. We get that nice little stretch combined with our shoulders, triceps, and core working. Beautiful. We've got 3 more. Let's keep this pace so we keep it nice and warm. Gentle with those knees as you come down. This is last one. We're going to bring ourselves down to that first position, so elbows on the floor. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Hands are reaching out in front of you, and you want your elbow and your hand to be lined up in a straight line here. We're going to untuck your toes so let your feet be nice and heavy on the floor. Lift the belly button. As you inhale, we're drawing our chest down towards the mat. As we exhale, you're going to press back. So I want you to think about you're kissing the space between your thumbs. As we inhale, we exhale to really think about pressing elbows, wrists, and fingertips. Breathing in, breathing out. As you come out, that's when we press through that exhale. And that's when I want you to think about keeping your core engaged, so we're not going to dip through the center of our spine. We're going to keep that spine long. Let's go for 6 more. Five. Well done, we've got 4 more. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Coming up to your long arms, turn your fingers in. So the shape you should have is this slight internal rotation. It's not a full internal, just that slight little internal, like you're going to make a triangle out of your 2 fingers, your 2 pointing fingers. We're stepping back through our legs, coming into your downward facing dog position. So again, you want to think of that nice long line from your fingers up to your hips. So we're almost sticking your bottom out here. We're bringing the belly in. Keep a soft bend through those knees. We're going to inhale to bend through the elbows here. The elbows will come wide. We exhale to press. Nice and strong. We inhale, bend. Exhale, press. It doesn't have to be much of a bend here. And I want you to think of your elbows coming nice and wide. Good. Let's go for 6. Exhale up. 5. Pull the abs in. 4. 3. Press the fingertips. 2. And 1. And we're going to rest those knees down. Come back into your child's pose. Little breath here. Relaxing your forehead. Relaxing those arms. Beautiful. Gently bring yourself up to your kneeling position here. Take one arm across the chest, supporting with your opposite forearm here. Relax those shoulders. And we'll do the same to the other side. Beautiful. Let's come down onto your side here to finish off. We're going to be laying with your head on your bicep. Our bottom knee is bent nice and sharp underneath us here, almost up to a right angle here, so that we can keep our hips stacked. And we're finding some space on the underside of our waist here. So if you don't already have space there, grab underneath your rib with your top hand and just draw your shoulder a little bit closer to your hips here. And that's going to give you a little bit of space underneath the ribs that we want to maintain. Take a look from the fingertips of your reaching hand down to the toes of your long top leg, and you want to be in one straight line here. Think about drawing the belly in. We inhale where we are. On your exhale, we're going to draw that top leg up just enough that we don't get a collapse through our waist. So we keep that waist lifted. We inhale back down to your hip height. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Up and down, and just find a rhythm here. So we use the same amount of effort to draw up that we do to come back down again. Good. We're going to go for another 20 just like this. So 2 rounds of 10. We'll go 3, 4, 5. Keep reaching the toes, knee faces forward. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go for 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold that hip height, and we're sweeping your knee out ahead of you here. So it doesn't have to come all the way ahead of you. Use your bottom knee as a guide here. You want it to be just around in line with that knee. We're going to inhale here. Keep that space underneath your waist. We exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Now we keep that knee facing forward. Keep pointing your toes. Find that support through the core. Let's go for another 2 rounds of 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your hips stacked here, so we don't lift and roll off of the hip. It might mean that your lift isn't as high as it was just before, and that's okay. This is 10. Let's go for 10 more. 10, 9, 8, keep pointing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to keep that leg floating as we sweep back. Now draw your bottom foot back so that it's in line with your spine. We're going to bring that top foot down to meet your bottom. Now we're in our clamshell position. We still have that bit of space underneath your waist, although you may need to draw your shoulder slightly closer to your hip there, just because we moved our hip position. We're going to tap knee to knee, exhale to lift, and extend that top leg. Inhale back with the foot, then back with the knee. So it's an exhale up and out, and inhale back and back. Now we don't want to forget that third movement, so make sure you're coming back to your open clamshell before you draw down with that knee. Good, let's go here for another 20. So we're going to go 2 rounds of 10. This is 2. Exhale. 3. Squeezing the bottom, hit that same point with your open knee each time. 5. 6. Beautiful. 7. Relaxing through your face. 8. 9. 10. We're going to go for 10 more. 10. Just find your rhythm here and move. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. We're going to hold up just there, little lifts here. 2 rounds of 10. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can have a nice little rest. Have a little rub there if you need to. Maybe a nice big stretch down that top side of our body. And then we'll come back and over onto your other side. So sweeping everything down to the other side of your mat. We're going to have our bottom leg bent nicely underneath us to start with, a long line from your fingertips down to your toes of that top side. We lift up on the underside of our waist here, and we're starting again with those lifts. And we can take these slow. Remember, we breathe out as we lift, in as we lower. Good, relaxing through your face, through your neck, and your shoulders. So our engagement here comes from the base of our ribs down. Let's go 2 more rounds of 10. 1, 2, 3, soften this top shoulder. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go for 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to sweep that foot forward so that it's almost in line with your bottom leg, and we'll lift up and down from here. Now remember, your hips stay facing forward, so this lift might not be quite as big, and we want to maintain that space underneath your waist as you go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 10, 9, point the toes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, abs are in. 3, 2, 1. Hold at that hip height. Move your bottom leg back. Bring your feet down so that your feet are touching, knees are touching. Making sure we still have that space underneath your ribs, underneath your waist on that bottom side. We're going to exhale, lift that knee, extend your leg. Inhale, feet touch and knees touch. Exhale, 1, 2, inhale, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here for our last 2 rounds of 10, so taking us home to 20. This is 2, 3, 4, you don't have to watch your leg here, so keep the back long, keep your neck long. Good. This is 6, 7, squeezing that top side of your bottom so we don't rotate the hip, we squeeze the glute instead. 9, 10, we're going to go for 10 more. 10, 9, small movement, but when we repeat it, it'll start to work. 7, each time you kick, you want to hit that same spot. Good, for 4, 3, 2, let's hold it out on this last one. Little lifts here for 1, 2, 3, 4, lift from the thigh, 6, 7, 8, 9, abs are in. Let's go back from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can have a little rest here. Beautiful, rolling onto your back. We'll take one foot up onto opposite knee, and you can either hold here or you can lift that back knee, finding more of a strong figure 4 position. Just go with what feels good for you today. Relax the shoulders and the face. We'll swap to the other leg. Beautiful, lengthening both legs here. We're going to reach both hands up overhead, pointing the toes. We have an inhale breath, reach the fingertips. Thumbs facing down towards the floor. As you exhale, we're going to lift the head and shoulders, tuck the tummy in, start to roll yourself up and over. So we get a nice big reach towards our toes at the end. When your arms pass your ears, that's when you start to lift, and I want you to scoop the belly. We inhale while we reach here in this forward fold. You're going to exhale really nice and slow. Keep those toes reaching, rolling down, bone by bone, through the spine until hands come up overhead. We can inhale, and we exhale to tuck and roll and reach. We breathe in as we reach over here, and we breathe out as we come back down. Again, bone by bone, reach those toes. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tuck, coming up. Beautiful. We're going to go for one more. One more just like that. We roll down as you exhale, abs drawn in. We inhale, big reach. Exhale, tuck and reach. All the way forward here. Beautiful, gently rolling up into your seated, shoulders draw down and back. We're going to take the soles of your feet together. Knees go nice and wide here, and we're just leaning from your belly forward. Feeling that stretch through the inner thighs, through the legs. Beautiful. We can bring yourself to your cross-legged position. You're going to take one hand onto opposite knee and turning back to look over your back shoulder here. Draw the tummy in. Exhale, we can reach just a little bit further before we swap to the other side. Beautiful. Coming back into center, turn your fingers to face towards you, lengthen your legs. We want to be sitting up nice and tall here, drawing your chest forward. Lift your chin, point the toes. We inhale, tummy draws in. On your exhale breath, you're going to press your heels. Press the heels of your hands. Open that chest as we lift. We inhale to hold here. Your core is working. You're squeezing the bottom. We exhale as we lower down. Flex your feet. Reach those hands like a big butterfly swimming stroke. They come up and over towards the feet. We flex those feet as we come into forward fold. We're going to do that again. So we gently roll yourself back, hands pressing onto the floor, point your toes. We exhale, lift, press hands, press fingertips. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly lower down. You're going to scoop your hands big wide, scoop up and over onto those flexed feet. Let's do that once more. Hands drifting by your thighs, by your legs, coming back to that position, planted. Spread your fingers, point your toes. We keep the elbows narrow. You want to find that combination between your core and your glutes. So in this position, everything is working. We exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. And I want you to scoop. Big butterfly stroke. And forward fold. Chin is tucked. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. We're going to bring yourself up into your seated, nice and tall. You're welcome to finish off with a little stretch of your own, but that is us all finished. Well done, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.